This man shot me close range with a 12-gauge shotgun to my stomach and left me to die.
Hi, good afternoon. Commander Joseph Marche with the City of East Cleveland Police. I became involved with this case on July 6th, 2023 at approximately 3:31 in the morning. A uniformed patrolman received a call of a male victim of a gunshot wound at 14,000 Terrace. He was located on the 7th floor, actually apartment number 706. East Cleveland EMS arrived on scene. The male had no signs of life, and he was eventually at 5:51, I believe it was, pronounced deceased by University Hospital medical staff. There were 3 individuals that were involved in what we believe was an aggravated robbery. It's going to be 2 males, one of them being Lorenzo Watson, and the other being a female who is currently in custody at this time. There was a knock at this gentleman's door. Our victim just happened to be inside this apartment. He finally answered the door after several attempts were made with the female knocking on the door. He answered the door and looked to his right, saw 2 of the suspects. Watson was actually standing behind him at the time. This is all captured on video. He turns around and is immediately shot by our suspect, who is later identified as Lorenzo Watson. We're still actively investigating this, and he is also a person of interest in several other violent crimes within the city. So he is a menace, and we need to get him taken into custody as soon as possible.
Please move the mics.
Good afternoon. Chris Snack with the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force. While our investigators are currently pursuing leads and attempting to make arrests, Mr. Watson, we are reaching out for the public's help in this matter. Mr. Watson is obviously an extremely dangerous individual. We highly recommend that you do not approach him, but instead call your information in to one of the various tip lines. You can reach the marshals directly at 866-4-WANTED. That information will be delivered directly to our investigators working the case in the field. The Marshal Service has offered to put up an additional $5,000 in addition to the $5,000 already put up by our partners here. Any information you can give us would be greatly appreciated in this matter. Thank you.
So we do thank you all for coming. Again, we do ask that the public not approach Mr. Watson, but we do have the numbers listed above here. We have the marshal's number, the 1-866-4-WANTED, and of course the Crime Stoppers number. We also have our website and our mobile tip line our mobile app that they can use. But again, do not approach Mr. Watson, and we do want to get him off the streets as soon as possible.
Can we ask questions?
Can?
Yeah.
So what is this, like 3 attempted murders and 1 murder?
1 aggravated murder with us. We have an active warrant issued right now for aggravated murder, as well as aggravated robbery.
We as well had an attempted murder warrant out after we indicted him.
And Cleveland Heights currently has a warrant out for felonious assault.
And where does he live? I mean, is there a specific city that he lives in that people should be looking out for? It sounds like he's kind of all over.
Yes, he is mobile. He's not staying in one specific place. because he has to know that law enforcement is looking for him.
Does he have a lengthy criminal past?
He does. He does. I believe he's currently on federal probation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
For drugs and weapons, sir.
Okay.
He's currently on supervised release through the federally for guns and weapons, guns and drugs.
Does it seem like the attacks right now, are any of them just random? Or does there seem to be some sort of motive in any of these?
We believe that our homicide is was orchestrated by this other female suspect, and it was supposed to be an aggravated robbery that eventually turned into a homicide. But we believe that they knew exactly what they were doing before they went to the 7th floor and did it. I don't know about Delmont.
The residence in question is not abandoned because it's owned, but from what we've learned through investigation, the victim in this incident walked up to the door and simply knocked or was going to enter. He may have been a squatter, and he was just hit at point blank range with the shotgun. It's just thankful that he's still alive.
So in his past, did he exhibit this kind of behavior?
He's got an extensive criminal history, violent criminal history, yes.
Do people in these areas so far, I mean, you guys said that he's moving around, but, you know, should people be concerned right now, or do you have any kind of message to people living in these areas that he's attacked people on, like, should they be concerned?
Well, ma'am, that's why we're here. We want people to contact the police when they see him. Don't confront him. Call the police. If you see something, say something.
Can you guys just talk to, I mean, that is a short period of time and a very violent crime spree. Can you talk to how important it is to get him off the streets? Because, I mean, based on what the timeline you just told us, it seems like this will happen again. It's a pattern.
Yeah, it does seem like his spree is escalating. We started with some felonious assaults and we have the murder on that East Cleveland. So it is important we try to stop this before the next one occurs.
And there is a $10,000 reward, you know, money talks, so make sure to put that out too. Is there anything else you guys want to get out there?
Pat, I believe that they can remain anonymous, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
So they don't, the tipsters don't have to worry about being identified by this guy or any of his associates, and still will be able to talk in confidence to Crime Stoppers and be able to collect their reward.
Just one more quick question. I know you guys said when these all happened, but did any of these happen like in broad daylight or during the day, or was it all early morning, late at night?
Our assault was 9 o'clock in the morning. It was inside a house. When the victim, he ended up crawling out a second-story window onto a roof, jumping onto the driveway, going down the roadway. Neighbors called, and they saw him standing outside, covered in blood.
Ours was 11 o'clock in the evening, actually in the parking lot. Our victim was approached by possibly another suspect.
And both of our crimes occurred late night hours. The homicide occurred at 3:31 a.m., or at least that's when we got the call. And Delmont, I believe, was
It was 0450 hours,
yeah.
4:50 a.m.
So I know you said you had video of that
Not right now. And that's not gonna identify
Okay.
him anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna give this to you right now.
Is that different than what I got?
Right now.
Cat, I think it with you about the Cadillac.
Hey, I'm good.
Yes, sure.
I'm sorry?
Is it the shoe?
Right,
No,
powering down.
no, that's gonna be Belmont. You don't have the homicide. This is the homicide.